they have a Kaaba. So Allah is telling them, but I have a Kaaba for you, and because of Kaaba, nobody's willing to touch you. So be careful. You have to worship Allah. So Abu Sufyan sent a messenger to tell the Quraysh to be prepared in his way back, because when he's coming back from Syria to back to Mecca, they better be prepared to come get him, because Prophet Sallallahu Muhammad and his people are willing to intercept, his caravan, because they missed the first part, but they're waiting for the second part. That second part would be the trigger, would be the reason why the battle is going to take place. But we're going to elaborate that in more, inshallah. So this is called the expedition of Ushayra. So that's the third one. The fourth one we could talk about is called a Badr Sughra, meaning the little Badr. The little Badr is called the little Badr. Why? Because there are some people in the neighborhood, some non-believer, disbeliever. They were highway robbers. They were doing some robbery. They came to Medina, and robbed some camels, and they heard some people who were herding camels. They took some camels and ran away with it. So when Prophet ﷺ find out about these people, he delegated some Sahaba to go after these people, and these people got away. They got away, but the Sahaba followed them all the way to the plain of Badr. So when Sahaba came to the Badr, they couldn't find anyone. So that's why it's called Badr Sughra, meaning the little Badr, because Sahaba followed them and they couldn't find nobody, because they were able to get away. So because of this, Prophet now is forced to get the informants. He's forced to place people around Medina and find out exactly what Quraysh are willing to do, so that way the Muslim won't get any surprise of attack or anything like that. So because of this, Prophet used some of the other Sarah. The Prophet would use this expedition. It's called Sarayatul Nakhla. Prophet would use this Sarayatul Nakhla. It's the expedition that goes to Nakhla. Nakhla is a place, there were some palm trees with the dates and stuff like that. It was a little area outside Mecca, not far away from Mecca. It's called Nakhla. So what Prophet did, he select 8 people from Sahaba. All these people that Prophet delegated as an expedition, they're all from Muhajirun, not Ansar. Muhajirun. Why Muhajirun? Because those Muhajirun are the one whose goods were taken away from them, whose stuff, their wealth, were taken away from them, who's been kicked out of their house, who's been telling Allah, give us a chance to defend ourselves. So that's why the Prophet would only put Muhajirun in this task, in this expedition. So Prophet select 8 people, and ahead of these people, meaning their leader, were Abdullah ibn Jash. Abdullah ibn Jash is a brother of one of Prophet ﷺ, his wife Zainab ibn Jash. So we're going to talk about those in details. So Abdullah ibn Jash and his companion and his troop left, but before they left, Prophet ﷺ wrote a letter and told Abdullah ibn Jash, do not open this letter and do not read it. Travel to the northern part of Medina. You have to travel for 2 days. After 2 days, in the morning, open my letters and read it. Whatever the letter is telling you, follow that. So Abdullah ibn Jash took his troop. This is how much they believe in Prophet ﷺ. So he took the troops and he traveled 2 days. So after the second days, he opened the letter. In the letter, Prophet is saying, right now, I want you to proceed to Nakhla, meaning go to Nakhla and stay there and gather more information about Quraysh. Gather more information about Quraysh and their allies, and then come back to me. That was his mission. So once he opened the letters, he's telling his troops, he said, I didn't even know what was in the letter. So now that I'm reading the letters, Prophet is saying in the letters that we have to proceed to Nakhla. We have to go to Nakhla and gather more information about Quraysh and their allies. That's our mission. But you all know, if we go to Nakhla, Nakhla is very close to Mecca. It's like we entering the lion den. We could get killed easily, because there's only eight of us. And if anyone is willing to go to heaven with me, let him follow me. They all agree, we are willing to go, with you, because this is the mission of our Prophet ﷺ. So in their way to Nakhla, nighttime come, and one of their camels run away because there are 8 of them. So 2 per camel, 2 person per camel. There are 4 camels, so 2 people would share camels. So if one camel run away, so the camel that run away was the camel of Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, and Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas and the other Sahaba, the name is escaping me. I can't recall the name right now. But anyway, so there are 2 of them, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas and the second one is Utbah ibn Ghazwan. Utbah ibn Ghazwan. So he and Sa'd ibn Waqqas were sharing the same camel. So their camel ran away. They were trying to figure that out, what to do. So, and they told the remaining 6 people, go ahead and proceed to Nakhla. We're going to stay here looking for our camel because we're not going to slow you down. You are in the mission. And other people said, we're not going to leave you in this desert with no shade, no trees or anything. They said, no, go ahead, we'll be fine. So the 6 people proceed. They went to Nakhla. And right when they reached Nakhla, they saw a caravan coming in, maybe about 8 camels, loaded with goods and merchandise. They saw those coming in. So what they do, they start discussing, do we have to attack this caravan? It's full of load, it's full of money, it's full of merchandise, so what we can do? And the funniest thing, when they reached Nakhla, it was on the month of Rajab. Month of Rajab, obviously Rajab is the sacred month, so no fighting. You cannot fight in sacred month, the Quran said. And that's a policy of the Arab also, before even Islam. So no fighting in the sacred month. But it was the 30th of that month. So if they let it slide, if they let them pass before the Maghrib, because right after Maghrib when the sun is set, then it's no longer Muharram, it's no longer Rajab, because the 30th of Rajab would end at the sunset of Maghrib. Then it would be Sha'ban. But if they let the sun set, these people would get away. So they became discussing these matters among themselves. You know what they said? You know what? Let us just attack it. So they attacked this caravan. 1 person got killed from the Quraysh side, and they took 2 prisoners, and they gathered all this caravan, and brought it to Prophet ﷺ. And Prophet did not like it. He didn't accept it. He said, I didn't send you to fight. I didn't send you to bring this good or whatever. I just sent you guys to get information. Why would you do that? Then the Quraysh start, making noise, saying stuff. Oh, look at this. He called himself prophet. Even us, our ancestors never fight anyone in this sacred month. We will not, even if someone kill our own fathers, we will not fight them in this sacred month because it's a sacred month. We cannot fight. So they start making noises and making fun of prophet. Like he called himself, he always called about oneness of Allah. He always called about righteous thing, always do the right thing. But he himself is not even doing the right thing. See? So till Allah himself revealed an ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Yas'alunaka 'anil shahril haram, qitalun fihi, qul qitalun fihi kabir, wa saddu 'an sabilillah, wa kufrun bihi wal masjidil haram, wa ikhraju ahlihi min akbar indallah wal fitnatu akbar min al-qatl. Allahu Akbar. Ila akhir al-ayah. Allah said, these people who would come to you, would come to you and demand or ask you about the sacred month. They will come to you and ask you, oh, what happened? What about the killing, or what about the fighting in this sacred month? Don't you know that's haram? Don't you know that's forbidden? They're going to come and tell you that. Allah said, Qul, tell them when they come and ask you about that sacred month, the fighting in sacred month. When they come to you, tell them, Qul, tell them, qitalun fihi kabir. Fighting in this month is a huge deal. It's a big sin for Allah. It's really big. But wasaddun an sabilillah, but to prevent someone to enter Allah's religion, to block someone to do the right thing, to block someone to become Muslim, wa kufrun bih, not only you blocking people to become Muslim, and you become disbeliever in it. Wal masjid al haram, not only you do that also, you prevent people to even visit the Kaaba, the Masjid al-Haram. They cannot even do the tawaf. Not only that, وَإِخْرَاجُ أَهْلِهِ, you kick this residents, these people who live in Mecca, you kick them out of their house. Akbar, that is the greatest deal than what you're just complaining about. Yes, it is true. Fighting in the second month is wrong, it's true. But what about what you're doing? What you're doing is even worse. You kick these people out of their house. You block people to enter Allah's deen, Allah's religions. You're creating this chaos when people are coming to Masjid al-Haram to do their tawaf. And you kicked people out of their house. What do you think? That's even greater sin than what these people did, than what you're just complaining about. And Allah said, wal fitna, committing polytheism, meaning associating partner, because al fitna huna ay shirk. The meaning of fitna here in this ayah, it means, according to Ibn Abbas, it means shirk, to associate partner with Allah. Allah said, wal fitna, associating partner with Allah, akbar, that's even the greatest sin, that's bigger, min al-qatli. It's even the greatest sin than just fighting in the second month. So Allah said, yes, what they did is sinful, but what you guys are doing are even worse. So don't act like you're innocent here. Same thing here. When something happened, they would always attach Muslims' name. Oh yeah, look at this Muslim, they're terrorists, they're this and that. But what about those who call Muslim terrorists? They do even worse. Who did the first World War One? Those were not Muslim. The Second World War One were not created by Muslim. Millions and millions of people got killed. Those were not Muslim. Spanish Inquisition. Those that were not Muslim. But they don't attach the name of religion of those incidents. They just say World War One. That's it. But who are those people who are doing that? But the minute somebody else doing something wrong, that is absolutely wrong. We're not defending. We're not condemning what they're doing. We're absolutely against it and against the law. But the minute somebody do something, they are in hurry to attach your name to that religion. They only do that with Islam. Only. But if somebody else commit a crime, they don't attach their religion to it. That's a hypocrisy. That's a double standard. That's what this Quraysh were doing to Prophet. So that's what Allah revealed in Surah by saying, yes, what these people, Prophet did not even approve what they did. But Allah is telling you, yes, what they do is wrong, absolutely. But what you guys are doing is worse. It's worse than what you're complaining about. You see what I'm saying? So these are pretty much the pre-preparation of a battle of Badr, inshallah. But there are more to talk about, because to get to Badr itself, it might take probably about maybe two more lectures before we reach the actual Badr. So that way you can understand a lot and the history behind it, inshallah. So and Prophet received a lot of support from people from Medina, Ansar, especially from Sa'd ibn Mu'az. We talked about him, the one when he passed away, the arsh, the throne of Allah shake because he's passed away. That man, and we're going to talk about him a lot, because he's the one who told Prophet when Badr actually come. He said, Prophet, I know you want us to talk, because you've been asking for Muhajiruna. They've been the one pretty much doing all this work so far, but don't think that we're not willing to help you. Wherever you go, you will find us behind you. We won't be like those who told the Prophet, who told Musa, the Jewish who told Musa, or Banu Israel who told Musa, oh, you go ahead, you and your Allah, and fight. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna sit here, and when you're done fighting, come to us. We're not gonna go and help you fight. You and your Allah, go ahead and fight. Banu Israel told that to Musa, and we are not going to tell you that. We will never ever tell you that. So the person who said that, his name is Sa'd ibn Mu'az, radiallahu anhu. So he was one of the greatest companion, from one of the leader of the Ansar. Inshallah, we're going to talk about him in details also. We did talk about him, when Mus'ab ibn Umair came to Medina as the first ambassador to establish Islam, and we talked about this guy Sa'd ibn Mu'az. So inshallah we're going to give more details some more preparations, the lessons before Badr, inshallah. Maybe one or two more videos before we get to actual Badr, inshallah. So this would be the end of today's sitting. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى ونعوذ بك من الفقر إلا إليك ومن الذل إلا لك ومن الخوف إلا منك ومن التوكل إلا عليك ومن الرجاء إلا من عندك ولا تخير فيك رجاءنا. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.